Welcome back, Redeemers, and thank you for joining us again. My name is Curtis.
I'm Nick.
And today we got a special track from NiziU, if I'm not mistaken. Clap, clap. If you've seen The Conjuring, you know.
Oh my God.
They just made us happy. You know, I just made it scary. I'm sorry.
I'm scared
now. But without further ado, you know, we really like the first track we checked out, so we're gonna see what we got from the second track and see what it's all about.
Hey, clap the comments. Clap the Patreon. Double Dutch. Son.
A shot.
I already like this a lot more.
Very upbeat.
This might get downloaded.
You're gonna download it by the bridge.
Production is alright. That fisheye lens going crazy. That's a boat camera. I love John. Who's that doing the vocals?
God damn.
Nah. I knew something was going to go like nah. He did clap.
Rent for the next year was paid.
Nah, rent was due for somebody. Somebody started drawing at the end.
There was like 9 ad-libs at the end too, where it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm downloading this. Yeah, the first John, like I'm not gonna contradict what I said because I definitely still thought the first John was like super cute. This is a track. Let me clap this into my playlist. This is a track. I kind of like the energy and the vibe a lot more. This seemed like, I'm not gonna say more of a serious track because I don't want to take away from like what we just heard off the other track.
Yeah.
The choreo was a lot more kind of like intense and a little bit more like not as like cute, but more kind of more. The choreo was choreoing a little more.
It was more physically demanding.
Yeah,
kind of
thank you.
Yeah.
I love
emphasized choreo.
I love the rap cadences and stuff that like had happened. But the vocals on here just were different.
They left Earth at the end there. They really did.
Those
I'm not
ad-libs,
specifically sure who that was, but that note lasted, I feel like, 8 to 10 seconds, and then had an ad-lib afterwards from, I believe, the same person at least. If nothing else, it was in the same key, so it felt, you know, very in tune with everything. But that was crazy.
Those ad-libs is where you start picking your bias as soon as you hear like, yo, who was that? Also, I love the aesthetic, just like kind of like the graffiti like, you know, like
fisheye dollies,
fisheye lens look, and like I said, I hope that was a bolt. Sometimes in K-pop it don't be. Sometimes it really just be a guy with the not a Ronin, but just the stabilizer and the jib just kind of like moving fast.
That's insane to get that timing that precise then.
You probably got a fire ass focus puller, or the shot is kind of already set up for you to do it. But nonetheless, if it was a bolt or if someone just did it, like that was a dope shot. It kind of added a little bit more bounce to what was going on. I'm assuming that was her then. Yellow shirt did all that.
Oh my god.
And that's why she brought it back. Like, was that her right here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Not this.
Right after this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah. This what we mean too when we talk about some of them with the sizzle or some groups get invited to the cookout when when we see they put a little bit more like seasoning on their food.
The dish was there, but like you just.
Nah, I like this a lot, Kurt. This was I'm glad we watched it in the order that we watched it in.
For sure.
And the crazy thing is I don't even know what track is newer. Cause now that's an interesting question. Hold on, because now I am interested to kind of find out what track was newer. Cause when did Clap Clap come out? July 13th, 2022. And I'll just say, where you at? Well, Clap Clap is their third single. Okay, so, because we just did Need You or
Make You Happy.
Make You Happy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is newer. This is Make You Happy is 2 years ago, so it's probably closer to their debut. This is closer to a brand new comeback. Wow. This would have been they come back for the summertime probably. Not them having ASMR videos.
What?
Just like probably eating food and stuff probably. That just dropped 28 minutes ago.
They called us.
Oh, okay. They must have a house show. Oh, they already got a variety show.
That's amazing. It's crazy the amount of content that would be out there for groups that you had no idea were on your radar. And then they land on your radar. It's like, nah, they've been out 2 years. They have this going on and that going on. As you said, variety show and everything. Like,
okay,
that's
Redeemers.
crazy. But I didn't want to like.
content.
It's not that it's like I don't want to say that this is I'm trying to think of how to phrase this because it's like I like the first track to Make You Happy and it was very much in a very catchy and high like kind of BPM and everything, very radio friendly, and it's like this is as well. But this feels so much more of like a wider kind of demographic to reach, if that makes sense. And the reason I'm wording it that way specifically is with them being a Japanese group, this felt like I don't even see. I don't want to misspeak and say that this isn't Korean lyrics or anything like that because it could be Korean. I just didn't know enough to differentiate between Korean and Japanese, at least to like what I'm saying. But the only reason I'm bringing that up is just like.
I think they play in both wheelhouses.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. My gut wants to say that this is a Korean track because it didn't feel like. I know there are some pronunciations within Japanese words that like clue in a little better. But anyway, the main point I'm trying to make with that is just to say, if this is a Korean track and the other one was in Japanese, and it's just kind of how well they balance the two, as far as like the BPM, the register, and everything like that. But I honestly really like this a lot. Like it's I like the choreo in it. It does feel a little bit more intense. There's a lot more physically demanding kind of aspects to the choreo that they had. I love everything that they did with the video as far as like the uses of the emojis. They kind of had hovering over and using the emojis to almost add like this personality to the video and everything. The upside down sets were incredible, especially the first one where they kind of flipped the reveal, where she's like walking downstairs. But I like what that also represents because like you're literally turning everything on its head, upside down, kind of like shaking things up, so to speak. So I really like that they kind of kept with that, and it honestly made a really good statement, as far as like being able to turn everything on its head. And the vocal run at the end was just like, I didn't expect that at all. And even after they hit the first one, if they had stopped there, I would have felt like amazing about it. Mm-hmm. But for them to kind of add 2-3 ad libs after that, like, was just amazing. And I believe it was the same person who was hitting that note. But if it was anyone who was a different member, perhaps that only is more of a compliment to say that, like, their ability to vocally run a track is incredible as it is. And honestly, yeah, when they did get into a little bit of the rap cadence, I did like how, you know, the vibe kind of switched up a little bit.
Yeah, because what I'll say too, bro, is that regardless of like whatever like the language is, which I think might have just been still Japanese, honestly.
Most likely.
I think the reason why me and you probably prefer this better was everything that they just did at like a good level seemed like it got pushed to kind of an elite level on here.
And that's why I brought into
because I know you're trying to word it better to where it's like I'm not trying to shit on what we just seen.
No, absolutely, and it's because I really did like what they did on that track as well. But it feels like they're much more seasoned in this, if that makes sense.
It's a 2-year difference.
I can feel it. I think that's more so what I wanted to say. But you worded it perfectly where you said it felt like everything that they had hinted at or that was provided within that was just dialed up to like 11 seemingly. And honestly, we haven't even really scratched the surface of their discography. So for all we know, this could be, you know, something that's like not even close to what others, you know, may conceive as like their craziest
track.
Track. So it's just there's a lot of potential here. I'm really liking the direction of the group. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the identity of the group, the vocal runs that we heard, even you know, in the first track what we had heard of the rap line, and how they kind of integrate those things.
Yeah, because definitely also I know like in 2 years the girls probably feel more confident, more sexy, more just. I've been around. I kind of already know what's up. They might have developed their sound like a lot better.
They probably have a lot more connection to the fan base as well. If you're already, if I'm not mistaken, you said survival show too. So going from a survival show to where you're just kind of finding your audience or seeing if there even is an audience, which is a really, you know, hard thing on top of everything else. So having to go through the ringer, you know, to kind of achieve all that, to then even debut, to then have successful tracks, to then have variety content and all those things. You know, the Japanese market as well, you know, with some of the things that they have to, I don't want to say adhere to or anything like that, but just something that is another notch in their belt, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they just, there's definitely an aura of confidence to them as well.
Yeah, and like I said, not to, just like Kurt alluded to too, it's not to like shit on the video that we just watched with them, because I do think that was a decent track. That was especially a good like year one like vibe and like energy.
I like Make You Happy. It was a little bit more cutesy than something that I'm personally gonna listen to, but I love what it represents and I love what they were able to do within that track. It's just this track just feels a lot more to my personal liking, I suppose. I
think the like I said, the choreo had got so much better. Like it was the choreo had so many moments in here. Just the vocals. Anytime we're in a video and you hear us be like, Redeemers, who was that? That was vocal. And it wasn't even just that she did the runs. Those ad libs, it seemed like her part was over. And she still kind of was like adding like a little bit more sizzle on there. A couple times it sounds like some of the girls had to stop because they were almost hitting high notes that were about to go above the production. So
I feel like the person was like about to like, or it was like, "Yo, your part's done. All right, walk out the booth." They just like grabbed the mic and just like,
let me go,
singing their heart out. And
but not
producer like turning up the dial. Like.
But nah, I like this. I like the aesthetic. I thought the wardrobes were like decent. Like I said, that whole graffiti look, the emojis, everything about this is like. It's like I just saw a part one of a movie that I liked a lot, and it set up the world and established everything. And then part two took everything I liked about part one, but did it better.
As the best sequels are known to do.
Yeah, it's almost like watching like literally like Terminator 2 or something after going to T1, or watching Aliens after Alien, or Godfather 2 after Godfather, Toy Story 2.
You know.
Yeah, y'all know and shit, like those sequels that just kind of do everything better. And like you said, for all we know and shit, this could be like, I'm not gonna say one of like the lesser videos, but they could have 2 or 3 crazier joints than this. This was a good watch. This was one of them ones where you watch and just be like, oh, okay, I can get into this group. I needed to see this, and now I've seen
Absolutely.
enough.
And I love just as a last point for me, really, is just I really love how like playful they seem in their videos. Like they're doing the more intense choreo. I want to say they're still hitting incredible notes that we're seeing, but there also is like a playfulness with their audience. At least kind of what I'm seeing in the first 2 tracks. Now, granted, the first track was very much meant to be playful, make you happy, because you're very much talking to the camera, to the audience. But I like that there was a little bit of that within this as well, and I'm not sure if it's anything that particularly continues for them or is part of their identity or anything like that. But it really makes you feel much more included, I want to say, and by result, more invested.
Jump in the comments, man. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Give us some more information on these young ladies. Definitely let us know who was hitting that high note. Tell us what your favorite tracks are from them. Tell us what we should be reacting to. Closed mouths don't get fed. Y'all gotta jump in there and kind of tell us what's what. That way we kind of can like swerve our way through all the content. If not, I think normally what I'm gonna start doing is just start going from debut with title tracks and working our way up into the newer comebacks, and then kind of going that route, and then sprinkling B-sides. Y'all let us know if that's like the approach we should take, but. Jump in there, give us some more information. JYP, shout out to y'all doing your thing. Y'all have snapped with all these new groups that we've been introduced to, whether that's Minx, whether that's Day 6, whether it's Extraordinary Heroes, the stuff y'all been doing with Stray Kids, all the Twice content that was going out, and yeah, like it's just we've been finding some gems for like the last month and a half, 2 months. With all the JYP content. So that guide is coming soon just for JYP. Got 7.
How dare I? I'm sorry.
More Got 7 content is coming.
Can't do Jackson like that.
Yeah, man. Because we've been showing Jackson crazy love.
Yeah.
Love y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.